Hey guys, I am here with my beautiful daughter, and we want to talk about that new Harry's real intentions with that interview and that book. Just wait till you hear our review. Back with another review. It is not a movie review. It is the Prince Harry and Meghan saga interview that's going on. Now, I have my beautiful daughter here with me. She is going to tell me some things if I'm right, I'm wrong, or I just have to bring somebody else on my show. You like, girl, you just trying to start off with guests. Yes, I am. But anyway, if you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 500 subscribers, so go ahead and hit that subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. And hit the like button, share it, and you know what? Leave me some comments down there if you have something to say. It's an open discussion, but please keep it nice and friendly because you wake up black. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so right into it, okay? Now, you know, everybody knows the story with Prince Harry and Meghan and the hair in my mouth, but everybody knows the story with Prince Harry and Meghan, how they left the royal family because of the relentless racism that Meghan is experiencing. Now, they came out with a special on Netflix that I did see. I know my daughter saw most of it. And it's kind of an eye-opener. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, to be honest, it is, but it isn't. You know, I've been black my whole life, so I can't really say, you know. But what I want to talk about is that interview that Prince Harry did with Micheal Strahan. What is it? Strahan? Okay. The interview he did on Nightline. I mean, I watched it. My daughter watched it. I mean, what do you think about it? What did you think? Was it pretty authentic? He seemed pretty genuine.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He seemed pretty genuine with, like, his answers and stuff. Like, I was surprised that he, like, was willing to touch on racism just, like, openly. But you could tell he was just giving, like, his honest answers.
That's true. That's true. It didn't seem rehearsed. Yeah. Like, you know, a lot of times they're probably used to having to say specific answers and things. I feel like he's not being, you know, like nobody is telling him what to say. Like, this is his real answer. So that is something that I felt, you know, I did feel that. Micheal Strahan, he looked so proud. Yeah, he was proud that he was like, okay, this man is woke. Okay, Prince Harry is woke. Because he was talking about like black women or just people of color, what they go through, you know. So I think that he was just proud. He was just proud. He married to a white woman, but he was still proud. He was like, I'm proud.
I would never think like that. But
right. I would never, but good for you. He was like, all right. Speaking up for his wife, what a husband should do is the fact that he's speaking up for black women. And it's not just, you know, he's like, I was blinded. He said, I never knew that, you know, treated like that. And he said, and it's wrong. You know, it's wrong if they put out negative propaganda against a person. It's going to make the people believe it. You know, and I love that part. I was like, man, I felt good. I was with him like, you did that. For real. The other thing that I, you know, wanted to touch on a little bit, because I actually didn't want to do this, but I was like, okay, I'm about to do house party this week. Let me just focus on something fun. I never like to get too political because I don't like people in my comments. I don't know. I don't want nobody saying nothing negative, you know, but sometimes these are things that we have to talk about and we have to address. So that's why I wanted to get my daughter, who's younger, from a different generation than myself, you know, to just ask her opinion on it. How did you feel about him saying she doesn't appear black, but she's still a black woman? That, you know, what did you think about that?
Except the representation of it.
That's true. Very well said. Very well said. You had some good schooling, girl. Look at you. Very articulate. But I mean, I agree. You know, I've read comments and stuff underneath, you know, some of the
both sides.
You know, we have black women like, okay, she doesn't even have black friends. I mean, she has Serena Williams, but she doesn't have black friends. She didn't hang around black people. Why is she so defensive for black people? Well, she didn't hide the fact that she was black. I mean, she was like, I have a black mother. You know, whether it was going to get out or not, she didn't hide the fact that I'm black, because she could have easily been like, I don't even talk to her, you know, right. Just, you know, for the public, I don't talk to her. It's people that do that. You know, that movie Imitation of Life, remember? Mother. She was like, that was a movie from back in the day, Imitation of Life, where I made her watch it. You know, it is like from the 40s, but she didn't want to claim being black, you know what I'm saying? Because her mom was a maid, but she didn't want to be black, you know? So it's times that you can act like, I don't know this woman, you know? But she was like, you know, I'm a woman and I'm a black woman, you know? I think it's interesting, you know, other celebrities have did it. You got Vin Diesel. We know he black. He ain't ever brought out his daddy. We don't know where the black come from, but you can see it in his face. I think a lot of people who are not people of color that haven't experienced it are quick to say that it's not fair, that it doesn't exist. But if you say that, then you're trying to say racism doesn't exist in America, and that's just not accurate. If you don't believe that I'm right with that, then I want you to paint yourself black, not even paint yourself, use some dark makeup, go ahead and get a wig and go out into the world as an African-American woman and tell me how you're treated for that day. I don't know if it's better, I don't know if it's worse, but it's damn sure different. You're going to be treated different. So that's the thing I think people need to realize is that, you know, I'm glad he's speaking up for us. Man, he made a book and they're like, oh, you're doing it for money and stuff like that. I mean, it was funny because he kind of turned red. He was like, oh, well, I'm not trying to make it for money. I don't feel that it's strictly for money. I also feel that he wants to bring light to the things that is happening. You know, he's trying to speak up for us. What is wrong with that? You know, it's a lot of people who it's hard for them to speak up for us. We can speak up for ourselves, but sometimes other people will listen if you have another person speak up for us, especially a man, and then being I think he's all white. Is he like a blue blood? I want to say he must be a blue blood up there in the royal family, you know. So, you know, I think that I love that part. I love that part about it. So, you know, before I get out of here, I did want to go over a couple things. Like, one thing I want to ask my daughter is, have you ever experienced racism? And I mean, she's 19 and you're 19 years living. You ever experienced racism?
Like certain energies you could tell where it's just like you kind of don't feel wanted, but it's just
okay.
You feel me? It's not like they're gonna do much because it's like, what can they do?
Right.
You know, so
right.
you just gotta kind of accept it and just kind of live.
Like navigate through it, huh? Yeah. That's something that I do want to talk about. Harry said, you know, Meghan has told him that, like, that's white privilege. And he was like, I didn't know, you know, but at least he was willing to recognize it. Like, no, what are you talking about? Right. He was willing to say, yeah, okay, I guess I have had white privilege. And if they're willing to recognize it and address it, then definitely they're willing to change it. So I think that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. You know, when I have to bring Ken, I have to bring the brain. I feel like, you remember that show Pinky and the Brain? I'm not Pinky, but she's definitely the brain, you know, so I have to bring my daughter Kennedy, and I appreciate you so much for being on this show. All right, until then, I'll see you next time.